If you watched part 1, welcome back. And if you didn't, no worries. You're jumping in right where things get interesting. Because this is where most people go wrong. Deep learning is a requirement for many AI roles now. But it's not enough to build models. You need to show you understand what you built and why you built it that way. And this is where people start skipping steps. They see LLMs generating text and code and think, I'll just write better prompts and plug into something like LangChain and I'm done. But here is what that thinking misses. LangChain isn't the intelligence, it's the wiring. And if you don't understand what you are connecting, you're just moving pieces around without knowing what they actually do. When someone asks you, how is your system retrieving context? Or why did it fail? You can't point to the library, you have to explain the architecture. If you want to work with LLMs and eventually design AI agents, you need more than good prompts. You need to understand how the pieces fit together and why they matter. LLMs are the centerpiece of modern AI. Start by understanding how LLMs consume context. Tokens, system prompts, and memory windows all shape what the model sees and what it remembers. You don't need to implement this from scratch, but you do need to reason about it. Obviously, get comfortable with prompt engineering. It's not just about clever wording, you also need to know how to design structured prompts, provide a few short examples, condition roles, and format outputs. Next, explore RAG, also known as Retrieval Augmented Generation Framework. Learn how to bring your own data into a model without retraining it. That means understanding vector embeddings, how to search and rank documents, and how tools like LangChain or LlamaIndex connect structured knowledge to unstructured language. Next, go beyond prompts. Understand what AI agents really are. An agent isn't just an LLM with a nice wrapper. It's a system that can plan, take actions, use tools, and reason across multiple steps. Tools like LangGraph, AutoGen, and Creo AI let you orchestrate this kind of multi-step intelligence. Obviously, you don't need to master every framework, and it's actually going to be too much for you. But you do need to understand the architecture, because when the system breaks, and it will, someone has to know why. It's about performance, ethics, and trust. You've trained your model. It works. It's giving good results, but it's sitting in a Jupyter notebook on your machine. This is not production. This is a science project. Until you know how to expose it as an API, test it, monitor, and ship it somewhere others can use. You're not building AI products, you're building demonstrations. Here is what you need to learn to turn your models into products. You need to know how to serve them. That means wrapping your model in an API, deploying it into the cloud, and making it usable by real people or by other systems. This doesn't mean you have to become a full-stack engineer, but you do need to understand the basics. Know how to build a fast API or Streamlit interface. Be able to containerize with Docker and deploy to platforms like Hugging Face or Render. Then comes the testing. What happens when the input format changes? What if the model makes a bad call? How do you monitor performance? You need guardrails. You need logging and evals. You need observability. And this is how you prove you're ready for production and not just for experimentation. You've done the work, you've built projects, you've deployed models, and started thinking like an AI engineer, or even better, a builder. But if no one sees it, if it's not on GitHub, not explained clearly, not part of your portfolio, don't just spray resumes and hope. Instead, send a project. Something like, hey, I've built something similar, here is a 90-second walkthrough. That one line will do more than any certification ever will. And this is where you start getting noticed. Now you finally know what it takes to become an engineer, step by step. But knowing the path and walking are two different things. That's why I'm putting together something very special. A guide to help you figure out exactly where to start, what role fits you best, and how to stay focused without wasting time on stuff you don't need. You can get it for free right now. The link is in the description below. See you next time.